that CNN town hall, let's talk about it, because just in the last 48 hours, even though it's been about a week since the CNN town hall happened, couple things. One, CNN was fourth in the Nielsen ratings, meaning it didn't help them at all to have basically a Trump rally aired during prime time. And they were behind Newsmax for ratings. So that's how little people go to CNN for anything. And maybe that's because they don't have anything. They're very much empty vessels. And also the fact that the head of CNN, Chris Licht, he was like, you know what, I would have done things a little bit differently, but ultimately he would have done it the same. He was like, we should have met the audience members. Like, okay, does that help anything? No. And one thing about the audience that we know is that they were told to be kind. So they cannot boo. They can only cheer. And like, if I have a choice between no heckle or happy heckle, I'm probably going to go with happy heckle. Even if I'm angry inside, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe not. I would just probably sit there with my arms closed. The point is that CNN, we've all known this. We've covered this for a long time. But it felt like a throwback to 2016 when CNN would just keep like their sort of like wine drunk MAGA moms in a closet, you know, like literally on a rack, and they would go like we like pull it out like a long filing cabinet, and they would just sort of like stumble out and be like, he's a strong man, you know, like that. That was who was in the audience. And Trump was just there spouting his lies day after E. Jean Carroll wins the defamation and sexual abuse lawsuit against him. He's running his mouth about E. Jean Carroll being crazy, right? Like she was a whack job. Anyway, what I'm mad about is, guys, fascism is entertaining. And that's a problem. It's a problem for even shows like this, right? If there's a good Marjorie Taylor Greene story, we do it. I go on TYT regularly. We talk about those things. You want to rubberneck this entire thing. I get it. It gets you clicks. It gets you eyeballs. It gets people ratings, or maybe it doesn't. And what do we do with that? Like, what is our response? Especially when if anyone from the left says anything a little bit off the beaten path, a little bit edgy, right? And I'm not talking about edgelord edgy. I'm not talking about like, you know, punching down. I'm talking about like a good joke about, you know, killing an oil executive. You know what I'm saying? And I have a joke. I don't really do it on air, but it's like, you know, I think we should stop. We should stop climate change. You know, for every international flight you take, you should plant one oil executive in the ground. That is a perfectly fine joke on stage. No, but these are the reasons that, like, if someone on the left says something that is edgy or on, you know, and like, or hey, what if we have a universal basic income? Or what if we have wages for housework? Or what if we have universal access to education? Or what if we have open borders? Nobody wants to cover that. Oh, that's extreme. That's crazy. Blah. Nobody wants to watch us. Come watch us. We're radical as fuck, man. We got hella crazy ideas. No. They don't want to accurately cover that. They want the fascist crazies. And everyone else has to be in best behavior. We have to button up to interview said fascist as we pave that yellow brick road to the Emerald City of shit. That's what it is. That's all it is. Do you understand what I'm saying about double standards? Do you understand what I'm saying about the lack of like, of course, you know, writers are on strike right now because fucking executives have no idea what they're doing. They pocket so much money and they have zero creativity and they're conservative as hell and they're scared as hell. And so what do? They put on Trump, unfiltered, unchecked, complete Trump rally BS. And then, of course, you've got Anderson Cooper, and I'm going to play just a little bit of this, not all of it. Anderson Cooper talking about how, you know, I know what you saw last night was hard to watch, but Anderson, son of a Vanderbilt Cooper, has some advice.
Many of you have expressed deep anger and disappointment. Many of you are upset that someone who attempted to destroy our democracy was invited to sit on a stage in front of a crowd of Republican voters to answer questions and predictably continued to spew lie after lie after lie. And I get it. It was disturbing.
I'm just like you. I mean, I have a golden parachute and private plane access, but I get it. We've all been there. I mean, I have security, but we've all been there. I mean, not me, but like I've interviewed people who are in the crosshairs from a safe distance. You know what I mean? I went back to my hotel and they continued in their, tent on the border.
Disturbing to see and hear that person refer to a black law enforcement officer as a thug, an adjective he used many times to describe black men, and called Kaitlan Collins, the moderator, nasty, which is what he calls any woman who stands up to him. It was disturbing to hear him speak so highly of QAnon conspirators and insurrectionists who assaulted police officers in our democracy on January 6th. And it was awful to hear him spread ridiculous lies about the election. And it was certainly disturbing to hear that audience, young and old, our fellow citizens, people who love their kids and go to church, laugh and applaud his lies and his continued defamation of a woman who, according to a jury of his peers, he sexually abused and defamed.
What?
As good a job as Kaitlan Collins did trying to fact check him, it is impossible to fact check fully because he lies so shamelessly. Now, many of you think CNN shouldn't have given him any platform to speak, and I understand the anger about that, giving him the audience, the time, I get that. But this is what I also get. The man you were so disturbed to see and hear from last night, that man is the front runner for the Republican nomination for president. And according to polling, no other Republican is even close. That man you were so upset to hear from last night, he may be president of the United States in less than 2 years. And that audience that upset you, that's a sampling of about half the country. They are your family members, your neighbors, and they are voting.
Okay, first of all, this is the most patronizing bullshit that is also inaccurate, right? Like that sampling was not representative of the American electorate. Fuck you. Okay? Don't make me go dark Brandon. Don't make me be like Biden won, bitch. Do you know that Biden won? Do you understand how the American people voted last time around?
And many said they're voting for him. Now, maybe you haven't been paying attention to him since he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him.
Shut the fuck up, man. Of course, we've been paying attention to him. We've been living in a post-Trump nightmare. We can't do anything. He spawned a bunch of mini little wannabe Trumps. People are having their rights taken away. And maybe you went back to brunch. Fuck you, Anderson. You went back to brunch, bitch. Come on.
I'm thinking it can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far.
Nothing stopped him. So here's what I say, America. Just accept it. You just lie back and you accept it, and everything will be easier if we just accept the fascism and make money, make it rain.
So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It is happening again. He hasn't changed and he is running hard.
Okay, I'm done with this, but I just think it's so funny. He's reverse engineering an excuse that no executive at CNN has that same viewpoint that like, oh, we're showing you the bad so you get how bad it is. No, you're not. You platformed a bunch of lies and you did it in the most irresponsible way possible, even though Kaitlan Collins attempted to push back. But whatever helps you sleep at night, Anderson. Look, I get it. Golden handcuffs are rough. You know what I'm saying? I literally don't envy his job, Jake Tapper's job, and other people's job who I guess anonymously have said that they are livid about what happened. I don't envy those golden handcuffs. I just think it's so sad that at the end of the day, nah, man, you're a puppet. You got to do whatever big man upstairs says. You got to do whatever they want to do for ratings, even though they're trailing to Newsmax. CNN is so mealy-mouthed. They're so boring. Do something entertaining. You know what's beating? Sorry, last thing. You know what's beating CNN every single night? Greg Gutfeld, y'all. The comedy show on Fox. The like Howard Stern ripoff. Maybe we could do something like that. Maybe we could have something that's actually funny and entertaining. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.